today we are casting a pickup game of 10 people in the Discord. A lot of familiar faces in there.
Got a lot of the top 10 here. We got Nail, we got DXS, Apata.
A lot of very good players who aren't quite in the high rankings yet. Like, I mean, obviously Bommy is ranked somewhat low just because he hasn't been playing that much lately. And plays against very challenging opponents a lot, so he drops games.
I mean, that is kind of irrelevant with this MMR system because he's losing like nothing.
Yeah, he's usually the only time he's losing is against good stacks. So, yay, MMR the works.
He would have just lost to me and Pata, but
yeah, it looks like they're just probably. Yep, they're talking in chat about the rules and not the rules, but the teams. I'm trying to get him arranged nicely. They are playing captain's mode, which is great.
The teams they settled with are DXS, Luma Master, OTA Chogex, OTA Jumper J, OTA Neil, and Dire Side. I think it's the Dire Side, I suppose. It's just in the chats that I can see. On the other team, it's Bounty, Gypsy Danger, Pata, that autistic person, and Zvis. Yeah.
Yep.
Like split up.
I think the Radiant team looks pretty strong to me, especially since they have two of the OTA guys together. I mean, there's a lot of players in this game.
They have Chogex.
Oh, is Cho one of them?
EG Lol is
okay. Yeah, so it's not necessarily because of the players, it's more because they're on a team together. So they play competitive OAA together already. So that's one of the biggest things that's usually lacking in these pickup games.
Insta-ban Enigma.
I expect a Naga ban in the first set also. I kind of expect a Tinker ban too, because people have been spamming him lately.
I really don't think that that a Naga ban is even necessary. I mean, I've seen a team go up against a Naga pick just the other day, and they all went BKB and BKB before the duel, and then the Naga strat was pointless. Which is what I said the last time that we casted a game, that that's all you have to do to count that strat.
I will say that I think that the way that OTA runs Naga, yes, that is definitely true. I don't think spamming BKB counters the way we run Naga. I still think Naga's ridiculously strong, but they don't run Naga the way we run Naga.
Yeah, they use it just to
Satsunaga's strong.
Hit and miss.
I'm all tangled up. There's the Naga ban. My headphone wire is somehow ridiculously tangled up with me. The two casters are me, Chris, and Melon is the other one on there. It's usually always the two of us. Because we think it's funny, because we both cast in the same style, so we just sit here and argue.
And we're both absolutely garbage.
I hope you didn't want action casting, because we just kind of sit silently and watch the team fights.
I could probably do it, but like I'd have to practice.
I do it a little bit. I'm just not good at it.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's really hard to be good at it. Even people who practice and can do it usually aren't good at it.
Yeah. And you got to know all the names of all the Dota abilities, and in order for that to be a thing, like you'll be more familiar with Dota.
Tinker Underlord bans makes a lot of sense. They're both really strong. Tinker ban makes a ton of sense, especially against DXS. DXS has been spamming Tinker and winning games with it.
Yeah.
Well, me is Chris. That's what I mean. Like me, comma Chris. Period is the first person, and then Melon is the second person. Yeah, that's basically our casting style.
How it goes.
Like, oh yeah, they're fighting. Oh, one of them's gonna die. Yep, he died. All right, well he's dead now. Let's talk about how this affects the game.
Yeah. We like to talk about like item choice and stuff like that.
Yeah, and positioning and strategy and all the analytical stuff.
We're more like analysts.
So what do you think? I think these are all really obvious bans to me.
Like we can't really predict anything out of this because this is so standard. There are
IO ban. I don't mind that at all.
Fair.
I think that's pretty safe. They're just banning all the really cheesy stuff.
Yeah. I mean, this will definitely be an interesting lineup, for sure. They've gotten rid of everything that's really cheesy, except for, like, Darkseer.
Silencer ban?
Silencer ban's probably coming up.
Or AA. Yep, there's the AA ban, yeah.
Well, then,
I was not looking at the screen when I said that,
Why? Okay, they can't ban...
Yeah,
AA.
Dire last ban AA is bad. Specifically, Dire side
so bad.
last ban AA is bad.
Because now they're definitely going to get the Witch Doctor.
Yeah, because if Radiant Team first picks the Witch Doctor, I mean, they don't definitely have to take it, but if they do first pick the Witch Doctor, then Dire Team could have responded with the AA. Of course, Radiant could have first picked the
They
AA,
also
and that sucks.
if but then if they first picked AA,
Zeus.
then they wouldn't have picked Witch Doctor later on. But the thing is, because they didn't pick that Witch Doctor, now Balmy will get a Witch Doctor, and he's a very good Witch Doctor.
I would bet a lot of money that right now Bami's saying, let's just secure the Witch Doctor as a safe. Oh, your mic's doing that thing.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, there it is. Very, very predictable pick, especially with AA ban. So you know what? Actually, I would say because Bami's on the Dire team, I don't hate the AA ban nearly as much as I usually do, because they're just making room for them to get that easy Witch Doctor.
The thing is, like,
what do they
you
want to
can't-
follow
you-
it up
whenever
with?
you're banning a hero,
Silencer?
you can't really. Yeah, they should pick Silencer. But like, what I was gonna say is, you can't really ban the counter pick to the hero that you want to pick first, because then they'll know, and they should just pick it. They
I would
should
have picked
pick that
Sven
hero.
if I was Radiant team right there over the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend's good and all, but
Shadow
I think
Fiend can
now
take
Radiant
bosses,
has to
like,
ban
earlier
Sven.
than any other hero, really, aside from saying.
Radiant team might not know, but if they do know, they have to ban Sven. Sven Silencer's stupid. By minute like
Why?
20, Silencer does 2,000 damage.
Oh yeah.
175% base damage amp plus the amount of intelligence that Silencer steals. It's insane how much damage he does.
But that does imply that they go Ag Sven, and that's not a very common build. You do it, but other people don't.
Other people don't do it as much, but I think it's because they're bad at OAA. Because Caster Sven is the truth. Oh my god, it's good. You
It
can
is very
still
good.
cleave people down early game. Like, you still get just as many kills early game. And then late game, your team just becomes unfucking stoppable. It's insane. So I'm hoping one of these two teams knows about it, and either Radiant bans it here or Dire first picks it with pick number 15. I would love to see that. It's such a cool combo. If I was on that team, that's what I would be pushing for our next pick as a Sven. I'd be holding my breath at this one that they don't ban it. So assuming they don't know about that, what do you think that they would ban here for their ban number 14?
I mean, they could ban a lot of things. Yeah.
Yep, I bet they'll use a
Like,
little time. This
I
is a
mean-
really important ban.
Right now, Radiant's lineup is very. Like, they've got a lot of nuke, but the Dire side is very open. They could go for anything still.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
they've got their team fight down. They should get a high strength heroes because of the Witch Doctor, and they have a lot of like,
Sven.
and they've got all their damage covered with
Let's go.
with
Sven.
Silencer. So I don't really think they need more damage. I know Parda's gonna push for Broodmother because he loves Broodmother.
Brood's okay. She's not
Actually,
outstanding in this lineup. Like, I mean, she's a
Have
really
you
good
seen
hero. She's
Parda
just not
play?
outstanding in this lineup. You know.
I disagree because she stays alive through anything. She gets 480% life steal at max level.
Yeah.
With her ultimate on.
No,
And that's
I'm saying she's
ignoring-
a good hero. I
yeah.
just like there's nothing about her particularly that like does well in this particular setup. Where a hero like Sven like combos extraordinarily well. I also think heroes like PA.
I told you.
Yeah,
I told
there
it.
it is.
I told you the Parda
Um,
was gonna push for it.
Yeah,
He wants
I
it.
think
He loves
PA
that hero.
would also be good on the
Dire
Dire
PA
team.
is she doesn't have much strength. Dire team really wants
Clockwork.
high strength.
I think
heroes.
Clockwork would have been sick on Dire team. I think Clockwork,
Clockwork
Sven,
would've been good.
and then something else for team fight would have made Dire team just unstoppable. Because the beautiful thing about Clockwork is that he can close the gaps to get to the Zeus and the Shadow Fiend, so they're just not safe. They will just die every fight.
Yeah.
Clockwork's amazing against Zeus. He just hook shot in, cog, his shrapnel thingy, I forgot what it's called, and you put up your
Battery assault.
you put up your barbed armor and they die.
Abaddon pick.
Abaddon pick, interesting.
That's good. Good because AA was banned. That's a good pick. I'm happy with that. I have
Yeah.
a feeling that Radiant team is going to go for Revenge at some point. They really like that hero. The OTA guys think that that's the best hero in the game. Aside from
Venge is
Draco.
really, really good.
Yeah.
I've been playing Venge Space Creator for a very long time. I think her minus armor is ridiculously good. You go you don't level the stun early. You go minus armor and aura, so that way you can just right click people down, and you just run around
We
right
just got
clicking
hosted
people.
by
It's
Balmy,
amazing.
by the way.
Oh, nice. Thanks for the host, Bommy.
Yeah.
Always helps.
I mean, yeah, suddenly we have 78
Yeah,
people.
suddenly 80 viewers. Hey, what's up, guys? We're casting a pickup game. We just got 10 random people in Discord. Someone created a lobby with a password that was Captain's Draft and circulated the password around Discord. So now we got 10 top players in here. Shuffled around till the team seemed good, and we're most of the way through picking phase.
I don't really like this axe pick. It's kind of pointless.
I agree. I don't
Yeah.
see. I mean,
They don't really
no,
have any.
it gives them wave clear. They didn't have any real good wave clear because Broodmother takes a while
That's
to
true.
get online before she can actually clear camps quickly. And Axe can just clear camps quickly the whole game.
The thing is, it
So
doesn't
that
really
gives them
like.
infinite
There are
wave
other
clear.
heroes that do that. There are other heroes that do that,
Hmm.
but like that also achieve something against the enemy team. Because I have a feeling they're going to go for caster SF because that seems to be the way. And Zeus is like Zeus, his attack speed is garbage, and then Abaddon does not give a fuck if he's being called by an axe, so it doesn't really achieve anything. Plus,
Yeah.
they're going to have
On the other
Pada as
hand,
the hardcore space creator with Silencer.
if it's a team full
So
of casters, Axe is pretty sweet. Yep, there's the bench, pretty predictable.
yeah,
If
there's
it's a
the
team
bench
full of casters, then an Axe is pretty sweet because he's not going to take any damage when he calls. He's just going to AoE stun a bunch of casters basically, because then right clicking does
If
nothing.
I was on, if
I do
was
agree.
on
I
the
don't like
Dire
the
side,
Axe as much though.
I would
Sven,
go for like
think about Sven instead of Axe there. Oh,
I think a Wraith King pick would have been better than, or a Spectre instead of an axe, or a Centaur. A Centaur would have been a mint.
dude, Sven. It would have given them the wave clear that they need. It would have given them way more damage than anything Radiant team can do.
I'm thinking either team could go for a Lena here.
Yeah, just to add some burst to their team, because neither teams have
Yeah.
substantial burst. Well, Shadowfiend's
And-
burst, actually.
And like
And
it's good on
Zeus.
the Dire,
Actually, Radiant
because if you
team's
look-
super bursty. I think it would be
If,
awful
if
on
the
the Radiant
Dire-
team.
if the Dire go for Lena and they Laguna
Mhm.
Blade and Abaddon, that's like a huge chance to just completely ignore his ult and just kill him because it's 3,000 pure damage at max level if you get Ags. So
Yeah,
if you
and
just
his
ult
pure
an
damage. That's
Abaddon-
a pretty big. Because I assume people are gonna go. They're gonna get a lot. Dire team's gonna get a lot of BKBs probably.
yeah.
They
They
have
need
they
to,
have
like-
BKB heroes, and they're up against a team you want to buy BKBs against. So
Yeah.
reserve time in the last
Storm
pick's
is a good
fixed.
ban.
I don't know if they know that, but they don't have to worry about that bug anymore.
That's a good ban.
Storm's a great ban. Yeah. Storm's just a good ban in
They
general.
could-
I still think
they're
that Sven
lacking
would be sick on
lockdown.
Dire team. It's not as good as it would have been because of the Axe pick, but I still think Sven would be good on Dire team.
On the Radiant side, I think they need lockdown, like a void.
What
would
about
be pretty good.
Void? Yeah.
Yeah. Just thinking that as well. Kunkka would be alright, or CK maybe.
I mean, PA,
No,
PA
CK
can
would be
close
pretty bad.
gaps, which I like about that. I like that about her. So
PA
she
into
can...
Axe is terrible because Axe has high armor with Berserker's Call and buys
Ooh,
blade mail.
wow.
PA just kills herself.
Anti-Mage is
I
a
really
very
dislike
strange
that PA pick.
last pick.
I really dislike that PA pick.
PA'd be better on the
that-
Dire team than the Radiant team, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the PA into Axe is one of the worst things you can do because Axe forces PA to hit him with blade mail. The PA can do massive nuke physical damage,
Mm-hmm.
but then forces him to forces to hit the Axe with a huge amount of bonus armor, however much it is at max level. 100 bonus armor at max level. PA just doesn't care. Like she'll die. Axe doesn't care. I mean, PA will die every single time that she tries to fight an Axe. If he builds right,
I think
that is.
both the last picks on both teams are pretty questionable here. We doing strat? I wonder if both teams will do the Cave 1 strat.
I think that the Radiant team is like pretty shoo-in, to be honest. Their lineup is way better. Way better.
I don't know about that. I think it's actually pretty even lineups where both teams picked kind of garbage last picks.
Well, I mean, I guess if we think about it this way, if Abaddon goes for an Ags, then PA doesn't need to worry about that blade mail. And also, if PA does die with a Vengeance Aura, she'll be hitting them anyway.
It's true.
So I think that like that, along with all of their massive amount of magic
Radiant
damage,
has so much burst. I think Dire just needs to get BKBs on every single one of their heroes. Like I expect
just
I
don't
expect 5-man
understand.
BKBs on this Dire team to deal with, and I think when
Yeah,
they have that, the Radiant team's pretty much just a PA.
and an Abaddon. And
I
Avenge.
mean, they can ignore the Abaddon. The Venge is a little bit more scary, but like,
They can't ignore an Abaddon if Abaddon goes Ags, because then he saves his team from taking like any damage at all.
right,
If
first
you don't know
duel.
what it does, it like
Yeah,
it
like takes some of the damage that your
takes
allies
damage.
are taking, right?
Yeah.
I think Radiant's gonna easily win this first duel. I think.
They should, but they got an axe.
Oh man, no, DXS is gonna die. He got really severely out of position there.
Zavis is on the Witch Doctor. I don't like that.
Zavis was
I think
shocker. Interesting. What's Bombi?
I mean, it's not bad, but it's Baumi's like.
Oh,
Best
Bombi's on the
hero.
Anti-Mage. Bombi's been playing a lot of
That's fair, I
supports
suppose.
lately. So this is a
Yeah.
bit unexpected, but you know he mostly plays carries in normal Dota, so it's also not that unexpected. Yeah, people are
He
doing the
plays
strat where you
heroes.
get the regen rune and then you run away, so that way you can get it to tick for a while before you re-engage. It's a lot better than waiting for more runes in most cases. These two are going to finish off this last creep and then go into farming. So both teams did that, so neither team lost map control. So it's just really good in that case. We always questioned if that strategy is good or not, because you lose so much map
It
control.
depends on what the other team does.
Yeah.
If the other team does it as well, then it's good for both teams. Like, but if one team goes to absorb the map, then they get free farm for
I think it
couple
depends,
of, like a minute.
though. I still think it depends.
Yeah,
I do not
it
think
depends
it's
on the lineup.
straightforward.
It depends on the movement. Like,
Yeah.
If a team has a good wave clear, like if they had a Lina and just ran to the enemy team and started stealing their creeps, there is no way in hell they should try and get to that cave.
They're doing the strat. Yeah.
What is this strat? Because
The bosses don't have. Okay, look at tier 1 boss Radiant side top.
Oh yeah. That's what I said. Like aside from Sanking, SF is the fastest boss killing hero.
Well,
in the
also
game.
you smoke up. That's part of the strat.
Yeah, no, I know. I said that.
It's pretty funny.
It's very strong.
I
It's
like that strat.
It's the fastest. It's the fastest aside from Sanking.
No, it's way faster
no, I
than
think
Sanking. Sanking kills it
including
minute 4.5. That was 2.5.
Really?
That was
Wow.
wildly faster than Sanking.
You can do it with Darkseer as well, with the Iron Shell, if you smoke up.
Yeah, that
It's
makes
about the same
sense.
speed as SF. I've done it with Parta today. It's very strong.
Yeah. So I guess which of these heroes will manage to actually get their boots first? There we go. Zeus already has the boots ticking. So does Shadow Fiend.
PA went for face boots.
Yep.
PA face boots.
So this is awesome because PA just gets a little teeny tiny bit of cleave really, really early on in the game, and that's just going to be great for her. And we also buffed phase boots recently, so it gives you 2 splinters, so she's hitting 3 creeps with every attack. A little bit of fighting over the medium camp here.
Oh, nice.
Medium camps are always a big deal. Everyone wants to eat them up. It looks like this axe is almost certainly going to die. And this must be a real ward, because they all walked right over it, and none of them went back to clean it up afterwards. So I think it ward's real.
As of right now, the net worth lead of the Radiant is nearly 20,000 gold. And that's mainly because of the cores, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because that's like 5,000, right?
Yeah. Which at this stage, usually cores don't matter as much as the recipes do, but at this stage in the game, having that many cores actually makes a ridiculous difference. But the bigger difference here is that, like, Zeus is level 2 Arcane Boots ticking already. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Well.
He's the highest net worth in the game just because he's pressing Q on creeps and has boots ticking.
Yeah.
The Dire team's falling very far behind this early game because of this early boss strategy. You can see the chart just getting more and more disproportional.
Yeah.
How's the XP? Radiant's also winning an XP, which, you know, usually if someone's going for this kind of strat, they're giving up map
They won the
control.
duel, though. They won the duel, though.
I mean, it looks like... Or maybe that was just them doing the cave quicker.
I have a feeling that, like... Well, it depends on what happens in the next 10 minutes, but I have a feeling that the Dire side will keep up. Maybe not in money, because it's really hard to come back from a money disadvantage, but they'll keep up in kills and bosses.
Well, what's also huge is that when the Dire team does eventually choose to go and clear out the cave, they're going to get a pretty substantial comeback factor on it.
Access the Donators bottle.
Which bottle's that? Rainbow one?
20.
Oh yeah, that's one of the donator bottles, isn't it? The Galaxy one's like for the placeholder for the
That's
custom
50.
ones. Yeah.
I don't think that was actually ever done.
Is that the €3
placeholder
bottle?
was never put in.
Or the €20 bottle? I think it's the
I
€3
think
bottle. I think the €20 bottle has a really bright background too. Gotta check everyone's bottles. It's very, very important. The tournament winner bottle there. Donator bottle on X. So this Radiant team's definitely just wildly far ahead when it comes to gold. It's getting pretty ridiculous. But what's interesting is that they're ahead and are staying ahead in XP as well, which is the bigger thing that the Dire team really needs to do something about, because they must keep up in levels if they don't have these gold boots also ticking, because most of the team now has level 2 gold boots ticking, granting them just shit.
Dami just got his Battle Fury going.
Nice.
Venge and SF, Zeus, Abaddon. Yeah, the entire Radiant team has their level 2 boots, except for PA, who's not going for level 2 face boots.
Yep, Dire team's taking their first boss now, so they're going to start to be able to come back, but they are in a real deep ditch now, golden XP wise.
I don't really think gold wise is irrelevant, because they're gonna catch up after they've gotten these boots. However, because they didn't get this before the duel, it means the Radiant team is gonna get a shitload of money from their boots during the time that they're fighting.
Yeah,
and
well,
the
plus
Radiant's
all
not gonna get
the
anything.
last 4 minutes of boot ticking time that they've had, because that's how long ago they killed that boss.
Axe died in seconds. Silencer's about to die as well. Yeah, the Abaddon's
Yeah, this
got
Radiant team is just so much richer and so much higher level than this Dire team that they do not stand even a little bit of a chance.
Yeah.
So now they have to finish off this boss together. They should just ignore Jumper J and take the boss. They should just grab 3 or 4 healing salves and just take out this boss. With this team, you could probably do it with 2 salves. 3 would guarantee it. That's probably a dead nail. They caught him, they casked him, they malfist him, they dunked him. He's dead.
He is being overly aggressive and standing completely still for someone who's being overly aggressive.
I think they're just trying to position the team
PA
inside of their well, because if they can keep the Dire team inside of this little bubble right here, then that means that they get the whole rest of the map, and that's a lot of farm.
PA is the
for their
lowest
carries.
net worth on the Radiant side, even though she's only been farming.
Yeah.
Sorry, lowest net worth.
Well, she doesn't have the GPM boots ticking. So her plan's a little bit longer term than everyone else's. She's got Battle Fury and Phase now, so she's got a solid
That's why
amount
she's going
of
for
free clear.
Ancients. She's going to get solo XP from her Ancient sack, and she's probably going to get it too.
And solo
eventually.
gold. She's gonna get a lot from that.
I think she's like equal highest level with SF now. Is that right?
Did she level up yet? Yep, she's the same
Yes.
level as SF.
Yep.
She might die to these. Yep, she's gonna die to those.
Yeah, she died.
But same level as the highest level in the game, and
Dire
starting to
trying
really
get
pick up
their tier 1 boss. They're struggling to get this boss.
Dire's really, really struggling with this very slow boss.
It's a 63,000
they'll
net
get
worth
it this
disadvantage
time.
now.
No problem. Yeah, Bombi's arriving to help. And there they go. They finally all get their boots ticking, which is a huge deal. I see the Axe went for travel boots, which is interesting.
That's bad.
Oh, he didn't upgrade them. He might just be sticking with travels.
No, he did.
Oh, he did?
No, he did upgrade them.
Did he upgrade them? Yeah, he did upgrade
Like
them.
because he's the one that should be farming.
Well, maybe he plans on just starting to follow around the Anti-Mage more, and letting the Anti-Mage take all the farm.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Courier snipe by the Abaddon, and then he's just gonna kill this spider and then run on out. I think they'll be able to finish off this Abaddon right here. He's pretty deep, but he's got a lot of items, and he's pretty strong.
The Radiant just got another tier 1. The Venge is going. She has a Vlad, a Solar Crest, and a Solar
Yo.
Edge. Hey,
I just talked to the guys. Apparently there's only 2 heroes that can do bosses this early, which means we need to remove it.
yeah, it's SF and Zanking and Darkseer.
No,
Yeah,
like
Darkseer
this
can do it
early.
too. Ursa can do it too. No,
Darkseer
Ursa can do it
as
without
fast
Iron.
as SF.
Yeah, but
Darkseer
like
can do it as fast
here's
as SF. With
here's
smokes.
the solution. It's pretty simple. We just make it so that like bosses only spawn at 5 minutes as opposed to the start of the game.
Yeah, we can make them spawn after the second duel.
No, we
But,
just talked
I mean,
about that, and that would probably be a bit too late.
Well, that's basically
you
5
could-
minutes.
I'll tell you
No,
what, I
second
don't like
duel is
that
at like
because if you, like
6.5
you
usually.
can
Depends
do
how long the
you
first
can
one
do a
is.
3-minute boss with nearly any lineup if your team's coordinated.
Yeah. That's also.
So
Yeah.
I don't think it should be removed.
But solo
Like,
hero doing it
No,
is
You
It
should
should
just
be
make it so
removed.
they can see
Only a
through
few heroes that
smoke.
can do it.
That's about
Yeah,
it.
I think that's
Make
the
it so they
real
can see through
solution is
smoke.
make it so they can see. Just give them invisible vision because
Because
that's
that
how you
is
do
the-
it. You smoke up and then
Yeah.
you just sit there nuking them over and over and over again, and the smoke never breaks.
Yeah,
Oh, that's how they do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
And then
that's,
Sand
well,
King
yeah, I
is
did-
invisible because he does the sandstorm. So if we just make it so that the tier 1 bosses can see invisibility, or maybe just make it so all bosses can see invisibility. But
All bosses should see invisibility, but wouldn't they?
yeah, right now they
Well,
can.
there we go. I didn't know that's how it worked. It's the first time I've
Yeah,
seen
you
it,
just
so.
abuse invisibility. So
Oh,
that's
well,
how
that's
that's how
pretty cool.
all of the strats work except for Ursa, which is basically the level 1 Roshan strat from Dota.
Okay. But then I think we should still delay bosses a little bit. Like, let's say they spawn at 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
I think that's fair.
And then,
GG or what's happening with the game? Is the game still going?
well, I mean, we really can't do much. They're so far ahead because they cheesed that boss. But like
Yeah, they
this
have a
kind
lot
of strategy,
gold on you guys.
Yeah,
this kind of
they're like
strategy
nearly
is exactly the
100,000
kind of
gold
thing I want to remove before the tournament, because this is just pure cheese.
hmm
And
Yeah, I think giving the bosses invisibility vision would go
Yeah.
a long way, and then you'd have to use like Ursa or someone. I guess the big thing is that it's still possible. So I guess spawning them at 2 minutes, and also make them see invisible.
yeah, that seems perfectly fine to me. That's how I would do it.
Yeah, they're just cleaning up all the bosses now.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I feel like the only chance that you guys had to come back was to keep up an XP, and unfortunately you didn't.
I think our draft was better, but
I
they
don't.
just cheesed.
Yeah,
it.
neither of us did.
No, they don't. They can't. They have no way to kill Antimage.
They have no way to do what?
Sure they do.
They don't
They
have any
just
way
buy
to kill
hexes.
Antimage. Wait, does Hex break?
No.
Well, then they don't have a way to kill Antimage.
What about PA?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, PA can do a lot of damage really quick.
I
Yeah,
feel
but
like
the
those-
rest of the
those
heroes
two
do
heroes just go
literally
1
zero damage.
Those 2 heroes go 1 for 1, and then the rest of your team the rest of their team beats the rest of your team.
I don't think so. I think Antimage can dodge the Phantom Assassin for days. And unless the Phantom Assassin kills me, they cannot kill me.
The
That
thing
is a
they also have an
pretty
Abaddon.
heavy
If Abaddon
condition.
goes Ags, which he did, like, you guys aren't going to really kill them. And they can really easily remove people on your team.
Yeah, it's kind of the crux of their team is the Abaddon Axe, because that's also what makes it so that they can pick PA into your axe, because otherwise it would be a garbage pick.
Also, them being able to just, like, if they run under Zavis and SF ults, and he just dies, then you've got no healing. And it doesn't matter how much regen you've got, if you get one shot, you're dead. So, that kind of removes all possibilities.
Yeah.
Like, they're very nukey, and then they've got an Abaddon to sustain themselves. Which I don't think you guys...
No, I
lineup,
disagree with that.
I do
yeah,
think that both
yeah.
lineups are good though, and it's pretty close. I like Radiant's
I like
lineup
Radiant's
a little
team.
better.
I
Would
think
be
they
interesting
I
to
think
see how
absolutely
the
no-
Abaddon pick really...
I
Yeah.
think they have absolutely no way to kill an Anti-Mage once I have the level 25 talent.
Yeah, because like all their damage is magic.
Yeah.
but
I'm
then they
going to have
PA, which
95%
does
magic
massive physical
resistance.
damage.
Yes, but I'm eliminating all other damage from their team. Like, isn't that good enough?
I mean, it's good, but I mean, then they just ignore you, and then they'll kill someone else.
How?
What do you mean, how?
With
No,
all their
I deal
damage.
damage. They can't ignore me. I'm anti-mage.
I mean, they can focus other people.
Okay, and then they die.
Yeah, it's true. They would just kind of all die to the Animage. Basically, your whole
But
team's
not
just
with the
Animage, because
Abaddon.
the rest of your team's just not nearly as good as theirs. So if they can find a way to deal with the Animage, then I think their team does extremely well. And if they can't, then yours does, because
The Venge does have a silver edge.
pretty much just the Animage.
Venge does have a silver edge.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that last item slot from the Shadow Fiend also becomes a Silver Edge, or maybe for PA go to 1. I kind of expect 2 Silver Edges from the Radiant team.
PA should really go for one, but she's not. She's going for a Satanic. Should you go back to your team, Bowie?
I guess.
Yeah. The
Yes.
cast shall continue.
You guys ready for the ultimate comeback from Dire Team? Coming back from 40 to 9. Let's go.
In the last game where it was me and part of us, Bowie and his team, they nearly came back.
Yeah.
But the server died, so we didn't see. We got to final duel, game crashed.
That sucks.
Server crashed. Server crash, not game crash.
Yeah. Yeah, those full hard server crashes we can't really do anything about. Those rarely have anything to do with what we're doing.
I think it might be something to do with spectators, because it's happened both times that a mass of people have just started spectating at the same time. Like, it happened to Luna's game after we started spectating.
Dominating!
Because it's really irregular. It only happens when people start watching. That's like the only trend that I can see.
Yeah. It does just also happen just totally randomly. Because I've had it happen with 0 spectators as well.
Oh, yeah. It's very random.
Yeah. So at this stage of the game, the way that Radiant Team just closes out this game because they're so far ahead is they just clean up all of the tier 2 bosses on the map, and they should be maintaining vision. On, wow, way to go, Cho.
Yeah,
keeping it
done,
pro
Cho.
tier. So what I would expect from them, just to like close out the game quickly, is to spam vision all over the map and just prevent Dire Team from taking a single boss for the rest of the game. You just get all the tier 2s, kill most of the tier 3s, and they'll GG out. But if you let them take bosses, then they will probably still try to keep fighting. That's funny. The swap got a Lotus Orbs and just did nothing. Yeah, they're gonna.
And that Abaddon Axe is what really won them that fight. People just couldn't die. They weren't taking any damage, and Jay was just healing. Like, I think Bowie really underestimated the Abaddon Axe, because that really built their team together, and they can very easily ignore an anti-mage.
Yeah.
With that Abaddon Axe.
What's interesting though about the Abaddon, is I would expected him to go for a regen crystal as well.
I don't think it's necessary. You need more health on Abaddon.
I guess with how far ahead they are, I mean, regen crystal gives you more raw HP than, you know, it's tied with all the other heart upgrades. And it basically is a way to just top yourself back up again.
That's true. I suppose.
Yeah, all the heart upgrades, they give the same amount of HP, they just give different amounts of strength. So the strength and HP numbers are different on every one of them, but the total HP gain is the same across them all. So he's getting a nice long channel, but just didn't do anything.
He's just too far behind.
I mean, Famiya's kind of right that he really can't do any damage to him. He has his level 25 talent. What does he have for items?
EXX is actually probably going to win this. Oh,
no,
that was so close.
I think he needed
was
one
really
more
close.
raise and he was going to win that.
He had so many
That
stacks
was
of raids on him.
So close. Yeah, I mean, there's that 95%, or actually it's not at 95 yet because he's still has to level this up.
It's at 75.
So he's at 75 right now, but there's that 75% magic resistance coming through. When he gets
He's
to
still doing a lot of damage.
when it gets to 95, I don't think that Shadow Fiend will be able to solo kill the Anti-Mage for the rest of the game. I think he'll need to run from the Anti-Mage every single time he sees him.
The thing is, like, they've also got a Veil, and I'm sure someone's going to go for an Ethereal Blade. Oh, no one did. Never mind. But still, like, Zeus has a Veil. Max level Veil reduces by 36. So, like, I mean, 95 down to, you know, 60, 59.
We see Radiant
you're
starting,
still taking
or
a...
Dire Team starting to do Cave, so I expect the XP and gold charts to show that pretty radically once they get through Cave 2 or 3.
Something that the Dire can do right now is go hunting for charges and try and steal those tier 3 cores.
Yes.
And I think that's the best way to come back from this situation. Because if you can steal the easy tier 3s, even if you're behind, you can do them. Like, you can do them as soon as you can do level 1 bosses, really.
Yeah, at this point, Vision is a huge determining factor of this game right now.
Yeah.
If Radiant has Vision, they can prevent Dire from having a chance of coming back. If Dire has Vision, they can find their openings to come back. But interestingly, neither team really has any Vision. There's one ward right here that's about to expire, and I think that was the only ward on the map. So no one's pooping, no one's placing real wards.
There are 2 charges up the top.
I think Radiant Team's getting lazy because they're so far ahead, and Dire Team is getting demotivated.
Yeah. Dire Team has got to go looking for these tier 3s.
Yeah.
This is like the only way to come back.
Yeah, we see the Animage in the back just chewing through the Zeus, but oh, then they broke him and he just dies. He just dies the second he gets broken.
Yeah. I said that as well. Yeah, Venge also had a Silver Edge.
Yep. He was gladly man fighting with that Zeus, and he was probably gonna win that fight in 45 seconds or so. But unfortunately, during that 45 seconds time, someone broke him, so he instantly died, and that's how that fight goes.
Yeah, a mistake that he made is that he didn't buy a BKB against that team. Even as
I think he's just relying purely on his magic resistance, but like these are good players, man. They're gonna buy Silver Edge.
Yeah, in a game of in like today's Dota where Silver Edge exists and Break exists, you really can't rely on a passive.
Yep.
Yes, Dire's going for the tier 3s. That's exactly what I wanted.
Yes, this is the right play right here. This is Dire's way back into this game, is by clearing out chargers. They're doing it super blind, so it's super risky, but it's going to work out fine because the entire Radiant team is down here.
They didn't even drop a ward down on the way out. That's crazy.
No poop, no wards. They're just not really valuing vision at all. But on the other hand, neither is the Radiant team, but I think Radiant team's doing it out of arrogance.
Yeah.
I think they think they just don't need to, so they're like, whatever, let's just kill bosses. This game's already over.
Yeah.
Alright, now they know where they are. They know they're doing a charger. This Axe just through the potential 1 cycle because he had Malphus on him.
2 cycle.
That's what I was saying. It was a potential 1 cycle. And they missed out on it.
Oh.
And now they're going for the 2 cycle and failed that too. But he had early Malphus on him, and Axe got hit by the charge. So he ruined the potential for it.
Dire just got a tier 3. They got a hard tier 3. They killed an ogre. They also killed 2 tier 2 bosses down the bottom.
Yeah, they're just. I think
there
Dire.
is a blueberry that maybe they could try and do the Dire side.
I think that
Axe tanking.
I think Radiant team is choosing to instead of contesting bosses and being strategic about it, they're just getting as many bosses as they can and just getting further ahead to drown them out even more.
Yeah, there's another charger down the bottom. The right-hand neutral. Sorry, left-hand neutral.
Can they kill? Can their whole team kill this Abaddon? That's the question.
I don't think so.
There were 4 of them there, all focusing him for a good 20 seconds.
He also has an Offering Core and like a Refresher Core and a Radiance with Chivas.
Yeah, look
So
at he's just 1v3ing this part of their team.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I predicted was going to happen, that they're just not going to be able to do shit against that Abaddon.
And meanwhile, in the back, the Radiant's just cleaning up the rest of his team. And look at this Abaddon. They just cannot do a thing about this Abaddon. They don't have the burst to kill him. Looks like Pata got stuck in trees.
Yeah, he just a bad place for the...
Affirmative.
Is it a data, maybe?
No, he scooted away
close.
real quick and then re-engaged for some reason and
They're
died.
focusing the Abaddon. That's really, really
I think they're just
played.
frustrated that the Abaddon won't die.
There's a coconut coming. There's a coconut flying across the map.
Really?
Yeah. It's not going to make it, though, I don't think.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my god, it landed and it bounced. There's 2 coconuts bouncing right now. Oh my god, that was amazing.
It doesn't matter, though. Duel's over. Yeah, Bambi just admitting defeat there and just letting himself die. Yeah.
This Abaddon is just way, way, way too big for them.
Yeah. Oh, did Pia get giant form?
Did PA get giant form?
Yeah.
What? Why did PA get giant form?
I mean, it totally suits the hero, really.
Oh,
like, you only have to get
man.
1 crit out and you do 1 billion damage.
Yeah, and it just gives her a ton more cleave, so now she's got double cleave and range. Oh my god, I can't wait to see this activated. Please activate your giant form. Oh man, and
What he should've done.
it'll buff
Yeah,
her
it's the dagger.
dagger too. Oh my
Yeah.
god, the dagger.
And you can blink with it. It's
Please
really good on
activate your
Ricky, so I'm
giant
going to
form.
assume it's good on, it's the best item on Ricky. And I'm going to assume it's really good on PA as well.
Why is it good on Ricky?
because he ults and it just hits everything a billion times.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And it like everything's just exploding. It's really great.
I just want to see this giant form. I want to see him max out this giant form. I feel like
I want to see the giant form against the Broodmother. Come
he's
on.
not activating it though. He's leaving
He's
it.
not using it.
Yeah, he's leaving it deactivated.
But why?
Oh, that's so funny. Anyway, Dire Team's doing exactly what they should in cleaning up the tier 2s that Radiant Team left behind. Radiant knows about it though, so they're probably going to come down.
They're not going to get this.
They're gonna
Dami
contest
just
this.
doesn't do enough damage at all. Like,
Not at all.
Not at all.
He does no damage.
He's going to die to this. Yeah, Neil's going to like two-shot him. Never mind. He actually doesn't. Never mind. He actually does a lot more damage. He just has to. Is he broken? No, he's not broken.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way he can continue fighting this boss though. That's the important part.
Baumi did have, he had 85% spell resistance there, but then it got lowered by like 36%, which just set it down to, you know, nothing.
Yeah,
And he
basically
got killed by
useless.
magic damage.
Yep. This Radiant team is very, very far ahead. It's very important that they caught that tier 2 because that was basically the only way that Dire had any chance of coming back, was to clean up
I
some
mean, at
neutral
this
tier
point, I
2s.
don't think they could have. I think it's too far gone.
I think it's
because
too
the
far gone
score's
as
just
well.
yeah,
I mean,
the
it's definitely
score is just too-
Radiant's team to lose at this point. If Dire wins, it's Radiant's fault. It's nothing that Dire did. There's no action that they can do that
440,000 gold.
makes them win. Yeah.
443,000 gold
Ooh,
deficit.
look at the XP chart, though. You can see where they caved for a little while
Yeah.
and actually caught up in levels. Fell back behind again, but they did catch up.
Yeah, but then if you look at the gold graph, it's just exponential.
They're trying to burst down the
Indeed.
Battle Fiend, but it's just not going to happen. He's just going to step forward and ultimate, blow everyone up.
I mean, all that the Abaddon has to do is
Yeah.
ult, and then no one else on his team is gonna die.
The enemy just trying to kill just anyone he can. He's just right-clicking down the person with the lowest HP, and it's not mattering because everyone heals
Yeah.
so quickly.
Yeah, they called it.
Yep. There's game.
GG. Wow, easy. VM.
It's our top MMR player in that way. Eh?
Yeah,
Oh man, that's
calling
funny.
easy. Wow.
Yeah, I mean that game was pretty convincing. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Radiant Team's gonna stick around until this Axe finally quits because they want the MMR. That's what's happening right now. That's
And Axe is
exactly
just
what's
sitting
happening.
in well taunting.
Taunt cancel.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he missed it.
Missed a cancel. Get good. Get good.
And then he quits. Wow.
Yeah. It's not worth it anymore past that point, let's face it.
Yeah, man. It's true. Oh, did Baumi quit? Oh, that's a shame.
We've all given up.
No, I mean, like, he left the Discord too.
Yeah, he had to go.
Oh, that's a shame.
They also had like the better team of better players. They were all like OTA guys.
And DXS.
Because-
Yeah, their team looked really
because-
strong at the start. I called it
Yeah.
right in the beginning that I thought the Radiant team looked a lot better, specifically because there were 3 people from the same team. It doesn't even matter what team they're from the same team. The fact that that same team's also a really good team just gives them all the more advantage. But 3 players from the same team, you're not going to out-coordinate them.
Yeah.
Given that that team is also OTA is, like, also a problem. And then you also had DXS.
Yeah, I bet one of them, of the lobby host, was like crying around that like